The Supla.
The Supla.
The Supla.
The Supla.
The Supla.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, how do you say it?
The Supla.
The Supla. The Supla.
The Supla.
The Supla.
The Supla.
Worldwide. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Worldwide. On VOCNation.com.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Supla. I'm Andy Kwan, and guess who's back? You're supposed to talk.
I'm letting them guess.
That is stupid. Well, you've just ruined it now. You've just ruined it.
I didn't
Liam
say
is
my
back,
name.
people.
Well, you've just ruined it because you just said my name. Anyway, that is me applauding my own return. Yes.
That is just sad, really.
That is not sad,
That
it's
is the
amazing.
epitome of sad.
Well, anyway, yes, I am back after a week's holiday.
So replacing you was Joey. Well
Yeah.
done, Joey. Thanks, Joey.
I just want to say, if Joey is listening to the show, thank you very much for filling in. You did a really good job. I thought you were very good co-host. Although the Mark Henry comment, the fact that you love Mark Henry did...
Mark Henry's good now. He's like angry and shit.
Oh yeah, because we've never seen that before.
But it's working this time.
I don't know. I personally don't really like Mark Henry.
Well, then you're an idiot.
I just think he's not that great in the ring. Sorry.
So, moving on. Speaking of things that we hate, TNA head writer Vince Russo has been replaced by Bruce Pritchard. Yes! Yes! It's over! It's all over! Oh my god, I can watch this program again! Yeah!
Really?
Yes! Russo will now be known as a senior writer and will continue to write the scripts with Matt Conway. Pritchard will then be able to make the final decisions as an overseer. This means that Vince Russo can be overruled!
I love your emphasis.
Yes! So happy right now! You can't tell! You're an idiot!
But I just want to bring you back down to earth for a second.
Why?
Bruce Pritchard might actually like Russo's ideas, and then things might not ever change for TNA. I'm just saying.
Why'd you ruin everything for me?
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna cry!
Look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Bruce Pritchard will just be like, these are all shit, start again. And maybe we would see TNA, I don't know, actually be good again, possibly.
What the fuck? That makes no sense.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think, I've been giving this a lot of thought recently, and I don't think this is the saving grace of TNA. Because don't forget, he's still a writer on it. It's not like they fired him.
Yeah, but he's not the main one.
He's not the main one, but he's still a writer.
He's not the main one.
Yeah, but he's still the writer.
It's better than nothing, for goodness sake.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than him being the head writer.
But
Now he's
still a writer.
second in command.
Yeah, but he's still on the creative side of it. I don't think it's TNA saving grace. I'll be surprised, actually, if anything does change.
Why do you just take everything I put as like our main topic and just bury it?
I do it because I think you... No offence, Andy, but I think you get overexcited quite easily. Whereas I,
That's what she said.
being the intellectual that I am, look at it from a more intellectual... hang on, I used that word twice in a row.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, that didn't quite prove my point, but
That doesn't prove any point.
I look at it more logically. There you go. It's all well and good
But
saying,
this is good!
Russo's not the lead writer anymore, but he's still a writer. And Bruce
He's
Pritchard
not the
might be
main
like,
one.
yeah, that Sting idea of him being the Joker is really, really good. Let's keep with it. When in reality, it's a fucking rip-off and it's annoying.
Well, things might get better because there's even more of a shuffle with the creative team of TNA. Former WWE creative team writer Dave Lagana has joined the TNA creative division as director of creative writing. "I leave Ring of Honor Wrestling to tackle new challenges," he wrote on his website. "I have accepted a position as director of creative writing with TNA Wrestling. My duties will be to focus solely on the development of new wrestling shows beyond the Impact Wrestling show." What the fuck are you talking about? And then he goes on to say, "I'm excited to see what the future holds and thank everyone for the support, not only the last 9 months of this site, but through my entire career."
Why don't they just have him work on
Impact Wrestling? Why would you bring out like 20 more shows if your one show, your main show, sucks ass and it's crap?
And isn't even doing that well with the ratings.
Why? It's like saying, "This has been a failure. Should we improve it? No! Let's bring out more shit!" What a great idea that is! This is what's wrong with this company. It's just fucking stupid. It's dumb.
It is, and it's just, you know, they really need to work on Impact Wrestling, because I think many people who listen to the show regularly know that I have boycotted TNA Wrestling.
I've boycotted wrestling. It's so bad.
But I boycotted TNA Wrestling until quite recently, and the reason why, I'll go into a little story here. The reason why I've stopped boycotting it is because I've moved back to university down in Bournemouth. And
what's a university?
College for you American people.
There you go.
There we go. So I'm in a student house, and we've got Freeview, which...
What's a Freeview?
Freeview is kind of obvious a little bit, don't you think? It's free channels, Freeview. Anyway,
as in money, not as in like
Andy,
number.
our audience are not 4-year-olds. We don't have to over-explain everything for them. Anyway, so we've got Freeview, and one of the Freeview channels is a channel called Challenge.
Oh God, I know where this is going.
Now, Challenge over here is the new station that shows TNA, but I don't get Sky, so I can't watch WWE. I can only watch TNA, and it's like TNA will not leave me alone, so I can't get away from it.
It's like
no
a disease. It's like the fucking the rage virus from 28 Days Later. Once you're infected, you're fucked, and now you gotta run away from a horde of fucking infected zombies. Going, you're just running away from them constantly.
But
and then 28 weeks later, you come back, you think everything's fine, and then it all just happens again.
So obviously, with TNA being the only, wrestling show I can watch on television, I decided to check out an episode quite recently.
Oh no.
And I don't understand why they call themselves Impact Wrestling, because I think in the show I watched, I think there was only about 3 matches in the 2-hour show, and one
wrestling
of them
matters again, folks. No, it doesn't.
And one of them was a jobber. It was a jobbing match.
A squash.
Most of the show was filled with backstage segments, promos, and in-ring beatdowns.
Herpity-derpity sting.
And I just thought, why is this called Impact Wrestling? This should be called Impact Backstage Beating Up and then fucking...
No, there's something far more catchier would be better, like Impact Talking. That would be good. Or Impact Promo.
But I mean, I just want to go back to an episode of...
Impact Steaming Pile of Horse Shit.
But I just want to quickly go back to an episode we did, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. We did the whole TNA Sucks show, basically.
Yes, that was a highly anticipated episode.
It was one of our best episodes. We went on the radio with it and things like that. But we did the show, and many people agreed with us. But we got, obviously, a few TNA fanboys who don't know what the hell they're talking about, sending us email after email about how wrong we were.
Oh,
and
this
one of the comments was, you've got to build a match for you've got to build for a match. You've got to build hype, and it's like, okay, yeah, I agree, but you don't do all your building and hyping through having Sting talk with a gay lisp to Hulk Hogan and then trying to kiss him. You know, if you wanted to build that, you would have Sting face his main opponent in a tag team match, or have Sting face off against another member of Immortal. You don't have Sting walking into Eric Bischoff's fucking office with a crow. Okay.
Yeah, this is the only good thing going on in TNA at the minute is this Kurt Angle Bobby Roode thing, because at least they're building it up with matches.
Exactly.
They're not like, I'm gonna beat you with Bound for Glory, and it's the same thing over and over again for like 4 weeks, and you don't fucking care at this point. You just wish that it would fucking end. And not like in a match, I mean like the end of fucking days, like Armageddon. You just want everything to just end because this fucking stupid company can't do anything right. And they can't. And you know what? This is my opinion. And oh, howdy hey hey, I have the freedom of speech. So, if you don't like what I'm saying, go be a keyboard warrior. I go, I hate you, yeah, because I couldn't give a shit. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I respect your opinion, even though it's probably wrong. It doesn't matter. It's your opinion, it's my opinion. I have the freedom of speech. Shut the fuck up and get the hell out.
But no, I mean, you're right. You don't use, to build a match, you don't just use backstage segment after backstage segment after a fucking beatdown, then a jobbing match, and then another backstage segment, then a promo. You do it through matches. That's the whole point of a television show. That's the whole point of Impact Wrestling, to make a match so that it builds towards the match at the pay-per-view which you buy. Okay?
Well, yeah, that's a given. But you would think that TNA would know this.
Well, this is what
wrong. They don't know anything.
This is what I mean, though. This is what this keyboard warrior, I'm not going to name names, this one particular email we got, and this is what I mean. He was like, you've got to use this stuff to build. No, you don't. You can use the matches on television to build to the pay-per-view. That's what the fucking television matches are for.
That's why the fucking show is called Impact Wrestling. For fuck's sake.
And
if you're going to call a show Impact Wrestling and feature hardly any wrestling, it seems kind of redundant, really, doesn't it?
And I just, you know...
It's not hard.
He sent us quite a long email, this particular listener. He sent us quite a long email. And he was just like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, but the guy who was doing this, he's obviously a TNA fanboy. Now, I don't have the facts to back this up, but I'm pretty sure most of the TNA fanboys are probably 14-year-olds that don't even know what the fuck a vagina looks like. So...
what's a boob?
What are boobies?
What's that?
Exactly, so... The fact he's like, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. No, okay. We work with WrestlingTruth.com to get our news. We work with VOCNation.com, who are people who are close to high-ranking people in the industry. For fuck's sake, Bruce, who, he's the guy who runs the VOC Nation website.
Worldwide.
He had Hulk Hogan on the show like 2 weeks ago. He had Eric Bischoff on the show last week. We obviously are not morons. We get our news, we get our sources from reliable places. We get them, in some cases, we get them from the fucking horse's mouth. Okay? We are not idiots who make shit up. The show that we do, the Supla, is a cross between a news reporting show and a review show. So that's why we talk about the news and then we give our opinions on it because we're reviewing it. That's what we do. Okay? Now, our opinions, like you said, we are entitled to our own opinions. You can agree with us, you can disagree with us. If you disagree, there's very little I can do except bring my points, try and back up my points. But when you tell me that our facts are incorrect, despite the fact that we have, people, we know people within the industry, we know people we get our sources.
It's not even that.
We get our news from reliable sources. You can't come to us and tell us that we're wrong when you're probably a keyboard warrior sat in his bedroom at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning saying that we're wrong. You are so retarded. It's unbelievable. Sorry, it's just getting me angry at the fact that somebody like this has the nerve to say how wrong we are. It doesn't bother. Trolls don't bother me. Especially if they're trying to talk about their opinion. They have the right to talk about their opinion. But when you say to us that we're wrong, that our facts are incorrect, despite the fact You know nothing about the industry. You know nobody in the industry. How can you tell us we're wrong?
Yeah. But it's you can't tell us we're wrong because it's actual facts and figures and statistics. These are things that have actually happened. It's like people that say, oh, blah, 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 this never happened, blah, 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 this never happened. It actually happened. We're just regurgitating it. The end.
Anyway, that's my rant over and done with for the week.
And if they're gonna do, like, I've heard a rumour that this Dave Lagana thing, he's gonna, like, he's working on some project for some TV show in India. Why? If you can't get it right in North America, where you fucking, where you're based in, why are you doing it overseas? What are you doing? Stop it. This is worse than the time when we said Bill Goldberg was going to wrestle in the Congo. Why? Just why? God. Speaking of why, Spike TV have released Brian Diamond, and if you don't know who he was, to be honest, I didn't until now. He is, or was rather, the Senior Vice President of Sports and Specials for Spike TV. Diamond was reportedly, allegedly, one of the main supporters for TNA programming, so it will be interesting to see if his replacement has the same enthusiasm. The company might die at any time! No, it won't really.
Now,
I don't really know.
I don't have the facts to back this up, but it seems pretty obvious to me that this is the guy who decided to get rid of UFC. UFC, which is one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
Oh, God.
And he was a big supporter of TNA. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is
Why
stupid.
was this guy hired in the first place?
Here's the thing. It's like, yeah, like you say, UFC is the biggest growing sport in the entire fucking planet. That the audience for this industry, MMA, is growing by the day. And you are willing to just let that go. But then, oh howdy, hey, we've got this dwindling piece of shit wrestling company that's been on our network for like 5 years that has given us the same ratings year in, year out, and we've kept this piece of shit. We've done everything we could possibly do, like say, oh, we'll change the name, we'll bring in Hogan, we'll bring in Angle, we'll bring in fucking everyone on earth that we can possibly think of. But yeah, we're still doing shit. So what should we do? I know, we'll keep this fucking shit TV show. That makes sense, right? Dumb. So dumb.
This guy, he deserves.
Well, we don't know for certain, but if he supported it, then
he's probably
he has
a very
no
nice guy. But professionally, he's shit. He let go of UFC in favour of TNA. Just think about that for a second. Think about it. UFC, the fastest growing sport in the world, compared to TNA, which has had the same ratings, barely scraping a 1.0 every week, despite the fact that it has fucking Hogan, Sting, Bischoff, Flair, and Angle and others on it.
Yeah. Barely
scraping a 1.0, and he was like, yeah, we'll keep TNA. The fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you?
So, we'll move on before we lose the will to live. Former WWE and TNA star Tyson Tomko was arrested for burglary in the early hours of some day. He reportedly has a severe addiction to prescription pills and stole 210 oxycodone.
Never try and be a doctor. You can't say anything, can you?
So he nicked a bunch of pills from a pharmacy in Florida. When the pharmacist refused to give them to him, he dead nicked him, apparently. Police were called after he demanded a spoon from the staff at a nearby Chili's restaurant, proceeded to the bathroom where he was later found with a needle. Oh, fuck off. You tell the story.
Okay.
The English language, folks, it's beaten me.
Where he was later found with needle marks and blood running down his arm. Presumably he was melting the pills on a spoon to make a form of heroin. Tomko's bail is set at $7,500 and is yet to be paid.
So, are you trying to tell me that when he went to the pharmacy, he was like, give me the pills! And they've gone, no, why would you want 210 of these pills? Give me the pills! That wasn't suspicious whatsoever. Or when he was like, give me a spoon! Like, why? Why do you want a spoon? Give me a fucking spoon! Like,
I love the idea of a guy like
you know what I
Tomko
mean?
Size just going, give me a spoon! What? Spoon!
I want a spoon! I have a problem and it needs solving! It's like, you know, what the fuck? It's funny because he was called the problem solver.
LOL. Sorry, that was a bit...
I feel sorry for him, but... Surely some of this shit was suspicious, surely to God.
I do not feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for anybody who gets involved in drugs because they know what path they're going down. They get it in themselves. So, as far as I'm concerned, he got himself into this mess. I have no feelings about it because why should I? Why should I? He obviously doesn't care about himself. Why should we care? That might...
Why would
no,
you be like,
that
give
sounds
me
harsh.
a spoon?
It sounds harsh, but it's true. If you're going to get into drugs, you know... It's like the Jeff Hardy thing. It's like saying, oh, I feel so sorry for Jeff. He got arrested for fucking smuggling cocaine or whatever the fuck it was he was doing. You know what path you're going down. You chose that path. You suffer the consequences.
I just don't know.
Anyway, sorry, I'm going into...
Speaking of things that could break wellness, WWE star
LOL.
Darren Young was suspended today for breaking the company's wellness policy. He'll be out for 30 days because it's his first violation. There's no specifics at the moment about what he was taking.
I'm sorry.
Why? Why is this guy isn't helping his own career.
Who is he?
No one knows who he is anyway. And then it's like, oh, I've just broken fucking wellness. Brilliant idea.
I'm sorry, who is he again?
Darren Young, the guy with the big hair. He has like big hair. Looks like John Cena.
No.
Big hair.
Wait, is he the one who's on NXT?
Yeah, he was on NXT. Which, by the way, is the worst show on earth. Not just
you mean
because...
he was on the show that had the leg on a pole
Yes,
match?
the leg on a pole match. That actually happened, yeah. But the thing that makes it worse is this season's gone on for like nearly a year now.
The fuck? Really?
It has to be nearly a year at this point, surely.
The fuck? Why don't they just end it?
I know.
No, but seriously though, again, same thing about the Tomko. I don't have any, you know, maybe it's not as bad as Tomko. I'm not saying Darren Young was trying to make a form of heroin from a spoon or whatever it was, but
I want a spoon!
I want a spoon! Okay, that's gonna be the next internet meme. I want a spoon! Sorry.
Give me a fucking
Give
spoon!
me a fucking spoon!
Wanna do it? Spoon?
Wanna do it? Sorry, we're going way off topic here, but...
Want a spoon?
The thing is, you know,
I
obviously...
should use that next time I'm chatting somebody up. Want a spoon?
Oh,
okay.
that don't.
Sorry.
But...
Sorry.
Yeah, Sorry, we're going off topic here. But, yeah, the whole thing, you know what you're getting yourself into. But it's not so much the Darren Young thing that's annoying me. Now it's like... Surely because he's suspended, he's no longer on NXT, which means the guy who barks like a dog should win by default. Which means they should end the fucking season and stop having leg on a pole matches. Just kill it. Kill the show, please. Just kill the show.
Make it end.
I just think they should... NXT has just gone... It's plummeted. I just don't... And it's like, the winner of this... I think I've told you this before. But the winner of NXT this season, their prize... Yeah,
the winner of the show apparently gets like the winner gets a spot on next season's NXT. But the season, like the contract with Sci-Fi is gonna run out soon. So how the fuck is that gonna work? Not Sci-Fi, it's on WWE. What is it on? I don't even know.
It's on WWE.com.
Who the fuck knows?
But the thing is, though...
I mean, over here. I don't know. Is it on over here? I don't even know.
But the thing is...
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
It's like, the prizes...
I'm sobering up.
The prizes for winning the past seasons were quite good. It was like, for season 1, it was, you know, you get a shot... You get a contract with the WWE. For season 2, you get a shot at the Intercontinental title. For season 5, you back on NXT in season 6. The fuck? What the fuck kind of prize is that?
I don't know at this point. I don't care. I've lost the will to care about NXT. I don't give a fuck. It's a stupid TV show, and I want ECW back. Not because I'm a hipster who wants all these old things back, but actually, at least ECW had its moments, like Abraham Washington, or, you know, Ezekiel Jackson had the fucking ECW belt.
Christian, I think, in ECW...
Matt Hardy wasn't fat
I
at the time.
think in ECW, Christian really did shine on ECW. I think he did really well on ECW. Although, I still think his acting's terrible.
According to the Wrestling Observer, John Morrison may be on his outs with the WWE. His contract expires soon and it may not be renewed. Oh, shucks, my heart bleeds. A sign that he's currently in the doghouse was his loss to Christian in about 60 seconds and the subsequent assault from Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. Although he does have supporters, the feeling is that he's paying for the heat garnered by his crazy bitch girlfriend and former diva Melina. Former diva Maria echoed this statement during an interview on AfterBuzzTV.com with Lillian Garcia, saying he's distracted by outside complications.
Maria went on to say, I think it's a lot of complications of outside stuff. I think that a lot of the times they go with the who's going to be there, who's going to be there, who's going to be the easiest, and he's very easy, and I love him to pieces, but I think it's outside complications. I think that's why. That doesn't make sense, that fucking
I know,
quote.
that's why I was like, please read it for me, it hurts my head.
That doesn't make... What kind of... Where do you get that quote from?
I don't know.
That was
But apparently,
that was shit.
The worst thing is, a fan wrote the following to Melina on Twitter. Will you stand trial for killing your boyfriend's career? Hashtag pray for JoMo. She replied saying, WWE did it. I never did anything but stand by him through thick and thin. We should all be so lucky as to have someone like that in our lives. John worked his ass off and did everything he was told. The blame shouldn't be put on me. Blame the WWE. No, you crazy bitch! You are insane. You are mental. This is like, oh, I've been fired, but I want to come back to the arena. And John's like, yeah, okay. And everyone's like, no, you crazy bitch, you've been fired. He's more whipped. He's so whipped. It's insane. When they said doghouse, I meant because he's got a fucking chain around his motherfucking neck.
I thought these two had broken up.
Who cares? His career's over now.
Who generally cares? I don't give a fuck. But she's fucking mental.
Yes.
Melina, I don't know if she listens to the show. She probably doesn't. Why would she? But Melina, you're a fucking crazy person.
Oh, god damn.
Just, oh my god, she is a fucking crazy person. And, I mean, the thing is, I don't think John Morrison's mic work is that great. I think he still has a lot to learn. But in ring, he's quite good. He's a bit of a spot monkey, but that's okay. That's not a problem. But, they seem to originally have been grooming him almost for a main event role when he won, like, the ECW title and things. But... and I mean, like, with his win over Sheamus, I think he had a win over Sheamus, it just looked like, yeah, they're about to put him in the main event, he's really being hyped up for it. And then just, since Melina got fired, he's just been buried non-stop. He's literally turned into a jobber. And that's within the past, that's
he hasn't won
12
a match, like, I think he's got to be up there with Daniel Bryan at the moment, with people who haven't won matches, and Wade Barrett. He's got to be... You can't suddenly go from being, I could be a main eventer tomorrow, to just being, jobber. It's that stupid fucking... It's got to be. It's that crazy
Can I just
bitch.
talk about Daniel Bryan for a second after you've brought him up? Can I just talk about Daniel Bryan? I don't understand the WWE with Daniel Bryan. They either seem to love him or hate him, and they change their opinion on him all the time. They let him win Money in the Bank, which is awesome. But he hasn't won a match, I think, since Money in the Bank.
Match since.
So, what are they doing to Daniel Bryan? I don't. Are they just saying? Are they using Daniel Bryan as an example, saying it doesn't matter how fucking popular you are in the independent scene, we can make you or break you in this company? Is that what they're trying to say? I don't get it.
That mentality's fucking dumb. Fucking stupid. Punk was on the Indies.
I don't.
And if it wasn't for CM Punk, no one fucking between like June to fucking now would anyone still be watching wrestling. If it wasn't for CM Punk, we wouldn't have this resurgence of wrestling fans. And he was from the independent scene. For fuck's sake, these people are trained wrestlers who actually know what the fuck they're doing. Why can't you just fucking use them?
But the thing is,
instead, you push David Otunga. That failed.
Hang on. I agree with you what you said about Punk, but let's not forget he had a lot of issues when he first started.
Why? It's just a shit mentality.
Triple H and the McMahons referred to him as the King of the Indies. And
that's a shit mentality to have. Where else are you going to find talent? Because your developmental's a piece of shit. Where else are you going to find talent? Fuck.
And it's just like the first 2 times he won the world title, it was because of Money in the Bank, and then he didn't hold on for them for long. In fact, I don't think he's really... How long's one of his reigns been? I think about 3 months. That's the longest it's ever been. And he's like, what, a 5-time world champion?
Yeah.
John Cena held a belt for 13 months, for fuck's sake. That was as long as my last fucking relationship with my girlfriend.
But it's just, I don't know, it's just really stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Why put this thing on this guy if you have no intentions of doing anything with him?
I think what they're going to do...
I'm concerned he's going to be the first person to lose with the Money in the Bank.
Oh, he is. No, he is. That's what they're doing, because everybody knows that if you win Money in the Bank, you're going to win the title. Everybody knows that. It's always fucking happened. The only person that never won it was Ken Kennedy. Oh, sorry, Mr. Anderson, whatever the fuck he's called now.
Anderson.
But that's because he lost... That's because he lost the briefcase to Edge, who then cashed it in and won the world title. So it was still won. No one's ever cashed it in and lost.
Yeah.
And I think what they're doing, they're setting him up to be the first person to lose it.
That's just stupid. Like, it's... I would prefer if they did, like, a David versus Goliath style thing with Mark Henry and Daniel Bryan. Because Daniel Bryan's also, like, a short, tiny bloke, and Mark Henry's angry, huge man. Why don't you just do, like, a David versus Goliath thing and just have Daniel Bryan? Because Daniel and David both begin with a D, so you could do some... I don't know, that doesn't make any odds. But...
And I think that would be quite a good idea. I mean, we have seen the David versus Goliath thing a few times.
But this would be good, because Mark Henry's actually getting over, so then you can actually get Daniel Bryan over, and
You kind of interrupted my point.
Sorry.
I was going to say, we've seen the David versus Goliath thing a couple of times, with, like, Ray and Big Show, but the difference here is that this version, you know, Daniel Bryan's style is completely different to Ray's, so it would bring a different feel to a David versus Goliath style match.
Yeah.
It would be like, Ray had the speed, so he could counter the speed, the strength of Big Show with his speed. Now, I'm not saying Daniel Bryan isn't speedy, but he's more of a ground wrestler.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see that sort of him try and compete against, you know, this mammoth giant with his ground style wrestling and submission styles. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean, it would be good. It's especially as you know, SmackDown needs new fucking stars. They need them. They desperately need new people. Why don't they just push Daniel Bryan then? It's worked for Mark Henry, and people said Mark Henry will never get over. Well, push Daniel Bryan then.
Yeah.
Make him feud. Jeez, it's common sense. This is why you're getting more people attending Impact tapings than SmackDown tapings.
Which is very, very sad. Why are more people seeing TNA?
Make new stars. It's not difficult. It's actually a piece of piss. I could do it. And I've got no experience whatsoever. It's not hard.
Well, I don't know. I think John Morrison and, you know, this was originally started with John Morrison, and I just think I could imagine him going, leaving. What's Jim Tesco doing in the Impact Zone?
Oh my God! What is the Doors man doing here in the Impact Zone, Mike? You selfish prick. Dumb. Dumb. So the moral of the story is, just like the Matt Hardy Lita thing, men, do not be whipped.
Do not dip your pen in the company ink. There you go.
The fuck are you talking about?
Your pen, ink, think about it.
So you're saying never have sex? Is that what you're saying? Are you actually stupid?
In an ink bottle. What does an ink bottle look like in the top? It's got a hole. What does the hole represent?
Yeah, but you're just saying don't have sex. That's an awful thing to say.
Have you
what kind
never
of person
seen a
says
vagina
that?
before? Have you never seen a vagina before?
Yeah, but
Okay,
you're
it's not
saying
exactly-
don't have sex. What's wrong with you?
No, I'm not saying don't have sex. Just don't get with anybody who works with you. It's rule 101. You're going to fuck yourself over.
Why didn't you just say that?
Because saying don't dip your pen in the company ink is a much better expression than saying don't fuck somebody you work with.
So I don't know. What's happening? I'm confused.
My God, you are retarded, aren't you?
Right, let's just...
Andy, I'm going to be honest. You're an insult to retarded people. You made them look dumb.
Oh.
That was the best response ever.
So, we're gonna move on because this is so fucking brilliant. Greatest news this week, which should have been at the start. I don't care. This is brilliant. Brock Lesnar's gonna be in the WWE 12 game. Here comes the pain. Dun, 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 dun. Can you stop me at any point?
No, I was enjoying that. That was quite good.
Oh my God! I'm so happy. This game, I know you have your own video game corner. I don't care. We're talking about it. The thing is, I said like 6 months ago this game will look like shit. I'm actually gonna get this game.
I gotta be honest.
Create an arena, Brock Lesnar, The Rock, Stone Cold, Edge, CM Punk. Yes, getting this
I gotta
game.
be honest. I think this is. They haven't even revealed everybody yet, but already from what they've announced, I think this is one of the strongest rosters. The Smack, and I'm still calling it the SmackDown series, by the way. But I think this is one of the strongest rosters one of the SmackDown game has ever had.
Yeah.
I think it's, for the first time ever, you're going to actually be able to have Brock Lesnar versus fucking CM Punk. Think about that for a second.
Oh my God! I think I just nerdgasmed.
You can actually have
Yep.
Lesnar destroy a current Cena, because I think they've only fought once, and that was when Cena was a rising star. And this is how old it was. Cena was the heel. That's how old that match was. And
Jesus.
Brock destroyed him. But it would be interesting to see Lesnar versus Super Cena.
But this is the thing though. It's like Brock works for UFC and he's in a WWE game. Do you know how big of a fucking deal that is?
I bet Cena's going to be.
That's huge.
I bet
That's
Cena is going to be
huge.
unlockable in UFC 3. Could you imagine?
If that happens, I'm gonna cry. Although you could get Shaquille O'Neal in like the UFC 2011. That shit is hilarious.
What,
Like
Shaquille
Shaq
O'Neal is
just
in
punches
it?
him in the face and they just instantly get knocked out.
Shaquille O'Neal is in the new UFC game.
He's in the UFC 2011
Seriously?
or 2010, whatever the fuck it is. The second one, the current one.
So
He's in the
getting
game.
that. I'm getting that game.
So good.
But no, I what I find actually quite surprising, not only the fact that Lesnar's actually in it, I still can't get over the fact that Brock Lesnar is in the fucking game. That's just incredible. But the other thing I can't quite believe is that it's a current look Brock as well. It's got his
Yeah,
chest.
that's fucking brilliant.
He never.
Like-
For those who might not remember Brock Lesnar, and I don't know why
He didn't have that
5-year-olds would be
stupid
listening.
tattoo.
Yeah, I don't know why 5-year-olds would be listening to the show because it's usually for 16.
Yeah, but I wouldn't
plus.
say. Wait. We wouldn't say this to his face. Like, hey, Brock, your toe looks like a penis. How do you like me now? F5 through a table. I would never say that to his face. Like, Brock, why are you banging Sable? F5 through a table! Brock! Why are you fighting? Why don't you get back in the ring? Punches me in the face!
But,
no, I don't want that.
But, so I don't know how many, I'm pretty sure most of our listeners remember Brock Lesnar, but he never had that tattoo on his chest when he was in WWE, so I find it interesting that his model is a current look Brock. Well, on the other hand, most of the Rock models that we've had in the past have been past Rocks, and this is the first time we've got
this year is proper Rock. This year Rock. New Rock.
Yeah.
WrestleMania Rock.
WrestleMania Rock. Although it doesn't have the goatee,
yeah.
He's got a goatee now, hasn't he?
The goatee is weird. Who likes the goatee? No one likes a goatee.
Hey, I have a goatee.
Well, that's my point.
Fuck you! At least I can grow facial hair.
Hey, what the fuck? I would look weird with a beard.
You
and
look weird anyway. Anyway, we're going way off topic here. Brock Lesnar back in WWE 12.
Yes. So happy.
I actually have a theory. Do you remember a couple of months back, Undertaker went to Brock Lesnar, "Want to do it?"
You want to do it?
I think he was actually talking about being in the game.
It makes so much sense.
Mark Calloway works for THQ.
Rest in peace. But I think this is a good business idea. We should have Brock Lesnar.
Very good business.
Okay.
Very good business. No, because it's a very good business idea. Because now it might entice UFC. People who buy the UFC game, they probably don't buy WWE games. They'll find out, oh, Brock Lesnar's in the new WWE game. They'll check out the game, may enjoy it.
Does he have MMA moves though in the WWE game? Like shit, like slams and submissions and shit.
Well, that's what I mean. It might open up new players to a new franchise of gaming. And not just in the video game, but I think even if Lesnar returned to the WWE, that would be a good thing. Now, I think
there's rumours everywhere. There's like Brock might come back. Like, I doubt it. I fucking doubt it.
Listen. The rumours have been fueled because Lesnar has said that he hasn't ruled out the possibility of doing another match.
Yeah,
just one more
he
match.
Won't do it anytime now because he's still working for UFC. He still has a contract under Zuba. He won't do it. Yeah, but
he's said
because he can't.
He said if it was right, if the situation was right, the circumstances were right, and it would help his career, the timing was right and everything, it would help his career, he would do one more match.
I don't believe that. That's...
Well...
Okay, no, take that back. I believe it, but it will never, ever happen. Brock Lesnar will never get back in the ring again because he works for UFC and he says, I'm a fighter now, not a wrestler.
Okay, I can understand. But let's just say, for the sake of an argument, for the sake of a debate,
yes,
let's assume he will return one day for one more match.
No, he won't. This is a stupid argument.
No, for the sake of a debate, let's say he will. Just for one more match, okay? No more, no less, just one more match. I think that would be a great business opportunity for both WWE and UFC. Now, initially, when I found out...
Yeah, but you're missing the point.
No, I'm not finished with my point. Initially, my gut reaction was that would be a dumb move. Some of the fans who watch WWE probably don't even remember who Brock Lesnar is. He did leave, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
So they would have been like, if they're 10 years old, they would have been 3 when he left, which means when he started, they would have been 1 year old. 1 year old, sorry. So they wouldn't have even remembered. But I think, let's just assume, for the sake of an argument here, let's just assume that what Brock has said is correct, right? Everything, the timing is right, the circumstances is right, the situation's right, the payoff's right. And he agrees to do a match. Dana White lets him do a match. Just one match. Proper build, decent build for a pay-per-view like WrestleMania. Okay?
Right.
I think, in actuality, that would be a good business opportunity for both of these companies. Because UFC fans would then check out Lesnar on WWE, which means that WWE's ratings and potential buy rates would go up, their revenue would go up, everything's peaches and cream. And then for UFC, Lesnar could just go, you know, I'm a UFC fighter, I'm better than you all. Something, I don't know, I can't do a very good Brock Lesnar impression, as you can tell. But he can wanna do it? But he could plug UFC on Raw or something, and then WWE fans can be like, oh, what's this UFC stuff? Check out Lesnar on UFC and be like, holy shit, this is fucking brilliant. And then watch UFC. Potentially, both markets can gain a new audience. And I just think that would be a good opportunity for both of them.
It's never going to happen.
It probably won't, but let's just assume for the sake of an argument.
No, it won't.
No. Let's just assume for the sake of an argument.
No, there's no point assuming.
No.
It's set in stone. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Dana White has said, I don't want to draw the line or blur the lines between...
Alright, no. I get what you're saying, but before you jump down my throat, listen to me.
Yes.
Let's assume that it does go ahead. What do you think? Let's assuming it does go ahead. What do you think? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
What, to bring Brock back?
For one match, and to have, you know,
I suppose
advertise UFC and
hurt,
WWE and other programming.
I don't know, like... I can't get my head around it because I know it's not going to happen ever.
No, I agree.
Stupid.
It probably will not happen.
It'd be great, but it would never happen.
No, Andy, I agree. It probably won't happen. But this is just hypothetical. This isn't a fantasy world where everything goes right for everybody.
Yay!
So, in that sense, what do you think?
If you live in this world, you are on crack.
I think most people wish they did live in that world. Yeah. Anyway, you're not obviously going to tell me your answer. I'm just going to assume that you're fucking retarded.
No, it'd be a good idea, but what? Why?
Okay,
no,
you
actually,
said it.
Fucking
You said
stupid.
it. No, you said it. You think it would be a good idea.
PG, right? WWE's PG. Why would you want a fucking Ultimate Fighter on your show? That is stupid.
Right, there you go.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, all right. No, I understand. I agree. But I'm just saying, in a hypothetical world, I think it would be a good thing. If everything went to plan.
Yeah, but it won't because Dana
White said... we are doing a hypothetical magical land where it does go right and fairies dance around the ring.
That's pointless and stupid. That sounds like something
It might be pointless and stupid, but it gives us something to talk about. Anyway, we may as well end the show there.
Yeah. Anyway, before we just like start trying to beat the shit out of each other or something, this has been the episode where Liam has returned.
Everyone applaud, come on.
No, I'm not applauding.
Everyone applaud, no. Everyone applaud. If you're listening to the show, start going, Liam, Liam, Liam. Now, start doing it. Liam, Liam, okay, never mind.
I've been Andy Kwan. And
I've been awesome.
Layers, people. Brock, your toe looks like a penis. How do you like me now? F5 through a table.